while working on dialing in retraction settings and things on my 3D printer to get those are most of the retraction tests. While doing that, having a print going, I'm looking at this the PTFE tubing and the pneumatic fitting back here, and I'm noticing the tube is like moving in and out like that much, like quite a bit. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, that's not good. And so I tried, so it's one of these, right? And so I knew that I'd seen those plastic, it's a little spacer clip that goes in that gap right there. So basically what I did, I was like, oh, I need to print one of those, or I need to go find the one that I had, because I had a couple of them. Couldn't find them, but of course I couldn't find them. Okay, maybe not of course, but I couldn't find them. It's kind of reasonable in a way. Anyways, so I I just held this outwards with my fingers. I held that space open and then pulled on the tube, and it was moving in and out still like that. So those little plastic clip that goes in there, that wouldn't have mattered. The clip that E3 claims that they invented or something. So maybe they did. Regardless, I was like, well, one of those isn't going to make a difference anyways, I can see. So I went online, researched it, and what I found was compression fittings, pneumatic compression fittings. Like one guy on YouTube had made several videos about them, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, looks like it works good. But so I was like, okay, I'll probably order some of those. He said he got them off of AliExpress, and so they were 8mm threads, was it? No, what is it? M6 thread. Pneumatic compression fittings made of brass. But this is not an 8mm. This is like I don't know. It's bigger than that. It's gotta be, or it's not 6. It's gotta be like 10, or some, yeah, probably like about 10, maybe 12. And so I'm like, all right, well, I can get one of those, but then I gotta find one for this part too. And I didn't know where those were, and it was kind of like not easy to find them at first. Searching compression fitting, 3D printer, something like that. All I was getting was the same as like these or similar pneumatic fittings. And eventually, like, I found them, and they were still from AliExpress. Like, it didn't seem like anyone in the US was carrying them. Like, there was no 3D printing suppliers like, I don't know, Matter Hackers, or like any 3D printing shop, like, I don't know, 3D printing supplier. Amazon, I didn't see them on Amazon or anything. So I started thinking about it, and I tried taking these apart and like fixing them. I tried like fixing them, like, to see if I could make them perform better, and like I really couldn't. Like, there was still like too much play in there, and like it just didn't seem to matter. And the play was reduced after I like kind of took it all apart and like rebent the little metal teeth fucking ring sort of thing, and like it was better, but it was still an amount, like it still moved. And so I like thought about it, and so one of them, when I was taking it apart, I basically like broke the plastic parts. And so I just was like, okay. So I'm looking at it though, and I'm like, wait a second. All I have to do is take the PTFE tubing, abrade it, like make little cuts in it, or like little steps or scratches, basically. I can stick the PTFE tubing into the coupler that had the regular components removed, the plastic and the metal teeth, pull those out of there, stick the PTFE tubing in there after it had been abraded, and then pot it. The term is potting. Pot the tube into there with like epoxy. And I'm like, oh, I can do it even faster if I use baking soda and super glue. I've literally like never used baking soda and super glue for anything before, but apparently it's a pretty popular thing. So I took it, and I mean, it's fucking hokey, it's janky, I mean, basically, but it's fucking solid. It's solid as shit. Like that. Good luck trying to pull that thing out of there. Not gonna happen. Like, it's fucking in there. The only way to get that out is like to fucking heat it and fucking pull it out. Like that. That's basically it. Oh, and I'm trying to make this. I was figuring I'd make this video for YouTube, my YouTube channel. And then I was like, oh, wait, I'm cussing a bunch. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, wait a second. That doesn't matter. There's nothing to demonetize. I could put this on YouTube. So, yeah. And then this one right here, I didn't even worry about it. I mean, I could have fucking stripped all that plastic stuff out and did the same thing on this end. The problem is, when this moves, the tube twists. The tube twists. So, I don't know. I wanted to allow it to be able to twist like that, for one thing. Plus, the other thing is this one has no play in it. Like, it's fucking in there. Like, and yeah, it's not a perfect solution. I'd rather have one of those, or maybe not. I don't know. I was going to say compression fitting in there, but a compression fitting wouldn't allow it to rotate either. I mean, basically a compression fitting with where you tighten the compression fitting, right? You fucking tighten it down to where it crimps the brass collar onto the tube, and then back it off a little bit. And then back it off, and then like put some thread locker on the fucking threads of the compression nut. And then what that would do is, quit licking. And then what that would do is it would allow a little bit of movement in there. Maybe fucking lubricate it with some like silicone grease or something. Anyways, yeah, so this is like maybe the second video about like a technical thing, like something that I enjoy doing, that's gonna go on my YouTube channel. So anyway, super easy to do. Potting using old tubing, pneumatic fitting. Pull the plastic parts out of the inside of it. Abrade your PTFE tubing. Shove it in there all the way as far as it'll go, and try to make sure you don't have any abrasion outside of where the super glue and baking soda is going to be, and use epoxy or like JB Weld or like or super glue and baking soda, and pot the PTFE tubing into the brass part of the pneumatic fitting. And there's a solution for zero lash Bowden tube.